Hello everyone and welcome to a new series that we are going to have here in the channel. In fact, we are going to be playing a rather small game that not many people may have heard about before. I present to you Champions of Anteria. And as soon as we continue with the pages, we'll maybe get to there we go. I think I'll even leave the intro cinematic. So a little bit of history of the game is a very small production within what is otherwise Ubisoft. And the game actually had not been working for the past months, where I actually really wanted to stream it. I had like...
I know what you want.
There we go.
Everyone wants. You want to know about them. Don't worry about it. I don't mind. I could talk about them all day. Because, well, they changed everything, didn't they? Saved everyone. So, buy me a drink, pull up a chair, pin back your ears. Let me tell you all about the champions of Anteria.
Right, so this is a song. How are the audio volumes? Okay, so if anyone can listen to me as well, then please let me know. Anyway, so this game is somewhat a mix between a strategy game and a tactical game and an action RPG. Actually, it's called Active Pause RPG.
Quiet.
Game audio is a little quiet. Hey, Sakarka, how are you doing?
Audio was a bit low in the cinematic. Yeah.
Okay, how are we doing now? It's funny because I hear them super loud. So I tone it down. How is the audio now? Anyway, so we will see as the game progresses.
A little better.
Oh, well, a little better seems like...
Probably good. Won't be able to tell before dialogue.
Then we can go a little bit higher. I was like...
Text-to-speech is quiet, which is probably good too.
75% through my campaign of legendary highest difficulty Iron Man, and the game suffered like a very, very difficult bug that made it very unplayable for a long while. So now the game has been fixed, and to celebrate that, I thought, why not restart the campaign? Because mainly I forgot everything what I was doing, but in particular because I just wanted to play this game again. It's been quite a while. So there are two things that we're gonna do before. So actually, one thing before I properly start a real legendary Iron Man campaign. Call it legendary, but actually it's extreme. And that is that I am going to play the prologue. So the prologue contains a tutorial section of it. However, if you want to play on extreme difficulty, if you play the prologue as well, you are going to lose one precious turn. And I know this sounds silly, but it's extremely important, and all of my campaigns with the prologue have failed. So, in XCOM, if you play with the tutorial on extreme difficulty, I don't think you can now in XCOM 2. But anyway, your party dies all the way down to one survivor, and there's no way your first mission can be with one survivor. So, we're gonna be playing the prologue. I'm gonna be talking a little bit about the system, and then we're gonna go back to the main menu once the prologue is done, and we're gonna initiate our campaign of Extreme Iron Man mode. So here we go.
It started small, like these things do, just the three of them at the beginning.
Sound coming all right?
A former sergeant-at-arms of the Crown Legion turned mercenary when the Legion fell apart. Now he's a lost warrior looking for a just cause, which is fancy bollocks talk, for he wanted a really good fight. Brother Anselm, a wandering warrior monk, not the type to sit by a sickbed. He was cast out of his Frostbeard tribe on account of having committed an unspeakable crime. He went vegetarian. There's nothing he likes more than a good stiff carrot and calling down the lightning with his huge hammer. In a peace-loving and deeply spiritual way, obviously. Nusala. Tired of picking sand out of everything, this former desert warrior left to travel the world, the bits without sand. She found acceptance without judgment traveling with the other two, while they liked that she could hit a fly in the unmentionables at 200 yards. Each of the three had come from Anteria. Each had their reasons to leave. Now they all heeded the siren song of home. Well, I say that. There was also the widely reported unpleasantness with the Duchess of Threepvale, a basket of winter vegetables, and a missing chess piece. Anyway, Anselm remembered this place. But times change. Ah, now. Visit beautiful Anteria. Come for the troll-infested mountains, not to mention forests full of goblins and bandits. Stay for the picturesque burnt-out ruins and bleached skeletons. And more bandits. So, that was the welcome they had. That suited them just fine, because there's nothing a champion likes more than the opportunity for a good old hero pose.
Alright, that was an intro. I hope the audio is sounding much better now. Hero pose indeed. And we'll try to get more hero and pose. The hero pose from the cinematic. Great.
Well, that was short. Again?
All this screaming and running starts to get old.
Do you think it's the pose? Too much, perhaps?
It was rather impressive. We should ask when we catch them. You know, beat an answer out of them.
Alright, so here we go. Unit selection. So, of course I know the mechanics of the game because I've already gone through all of this, but since I'm gonna be putting up this video like a tutorial for anyone who wants to play, I'm gonna be reading things out and then explaining them as we go. Besides dragging a selection box, you can also select the champions by clicking. Also, you can cycle through them with tab or F1 to F3 as default. You can select them all with F4, and they are asking us to move them
I'm with you.
towards the indicator.
Fight the good fight.
Right click, standard moving command in any RTS. We can drag the camera with more right clicks. Right hold rather to move the camera, and right click to just act.
Well, those bandits made quite the mess of this place.
They really do deserve a good beating. There's just no excuse for untidiness.
We should split up. Find them before they bring reinforcements.
Alright, never split the party. Rule number 1 of people who are playing RPGs.
Onwards.
You've received your first objective. Notice how the sub-objectives turn green as you complete them. Approach the obstacle, destroy the obstacle, find and defeat the bandits. Okay.
That cannot be allowed to stop us. Smash it!
Champions, enemies and environmental objects are all attuned to certain elements. Not the bird though. They are displayed in their portraits or herald bars. So like here and like here. Elements determine how effective are enemies and champions against each other. How effective enemies are... Okay. Enemies and champions are against each other. There we go. Attack the thorn bush to see how elements work.
Attack!
Attack indeed. Boop. Okay, so you can see metal is effective against nature. Vargas inflicts critical damage. So there's no chance being rolled here. As long as metal attacks nature, it is crit. The element wheel below shows the relationship between elements.
Magnificent.
Okay. Oh,
As
good.
you wish.
We got this indicator now. Right, minimap and camera. We can also move like this. We can zoom in. We can rotate. Okay. There's also any question anyone wants to ask?
At last! May you prove
Please
a
feel free to do
worthy
so.
foe.
Vargas when he had hair.
Vargas when we That was pretty good. Okay, so you can simply click on this unit just as you did on the obstacle earlier, but you can do more than simply attack here. Select an ability from your champion panel and select a target. So we now have Shield Charge. An indicator will show the effective area of each ability. Blah blah blah. Note how the color of the ability reflects the element of the champion. So metal against metal will be neutral. Watch out, enemies ahead, and there comes the truth. Pause mode. The game was automatically paused because combat started. You can manually pause and unpause the game with the spacebar, which I will be using literally every half a second. Or using the pause button on the champion panel, which is way too far away to click with the mouse. Pause mode is a good opportunity to plan ahead and come up with a strategy. So in this case, we can see that the current order, number 1, is just go here and punch. So we're gonna let it happen. But as we get closer, we got a new ability, Shield Charge. It's a line attack, has 20 seconds cooldown, and it gains 2 Vigor, so it doesn't even cost something. It is indeed an initiator. Vargas charges in a line, dealing 30 metal damage to all enemies that are hit and knocks them back. Okay, so we can do it like this, and hopefully, you know what, let's do it like this. And hopefully we don't go too far. Ah, never mind. So as the battlefield moves, we can obviously pause and adjust. There we go. Shield Charge. Enemy stunned, is on the ground. We get 3 hits. Damn. Nice attack speed. Okay. So let's move on. Close this. Die, tree.
Clearly using the brave class.
The brave class. We'll see what spells we get later. Oh no, it's spiders. It's actually fire spiders. Okay, not so fast. You're outnumbered by fire enemies, so let's use a strategy. How about you move into a better position to hit both enemies with a single charge? Ooh. While holding shift, cue a move command to the marker, and then still holding shift, cue a charge ability. Make sure the arrow hits both spiders. Okay, so we go here, we are shifting, and then we are charging over there. If you want to clear the queue, simply click on the right mouse action, blah blah blah. Feel free to come up with a strategy of your own. Defeat the spiders in the best way you can.
Honor your command.
Oh, bam, charged. Relation of elements. Note that metal is ineffective against fire. Vargas only inflicts glancing damage. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, if the element you're using is ineffective against your enemy, only the damage of your abilities deal will be inflicted onto. Only the damage your abilities deal will be inflicted onto your foe, which means no status effects on immunity. Good. But the stun is already pretty good. Also the AoE of the charge. So let's kill the other thing.
Nusala!
Ah. Smart bandit.
I'll take care of this.
Aha. Get wrecked. So I guess we can use Nusala now. Anytime now. Watch out, enemies ahead. Okay, so Hunting Shot. Fires a projectile that blasts 1 arrowhead and deals 39 nature damage to all enemies that are hit. Okay, so another line spell, but this time we don't move. Okay, note how nature is neutral against water. Nusala and the Battle are dealing normal damage. Elements which are not next to each other on the wheel are always neutral. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, there's another element here. I want everyone to guess what element we're missing. Oh, Vargas is joining us. That's very nice of him.
You're not laughing anymore.
Well, this is odd. He did that without waking up.
Turn around, Vargas.
Waking up. Bandit laughter.
grunting, really. Why can we never find an educated opponent?
You're back, brother! I shall deliver a sermon with my fists.
That monk. Okay, so we are on to our first big battle. So, you're now facing a group of enemies who have different elements. When picking targets for your champions, you should always think about matching elements in a way that gives you the biggest advantage. Instead of good. You can always pause during combat if you feel you need to change your strategy. If you don't like the current queuing mode, you can change it in the options to pause or auto to queue abilities automatically in pause mode.
Iriasato is now following.
Iriasato, thank you for the follow. You know what? I pronounced it like the text-to-speech. I hope it was somewhat correct. Ear, IS, auto. Okay. We'll give it a shot. If you don't like to queue the abilities automatically in pause mode or to automatically queue them everywhere in the adventure. I don't care. So, what are we gonna do? There's a metal enemy that we cannot let Nusala get hit by. We have water enemies that Anslem should destroy, and then we have nature enemies that we should also destroy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move over here, attack like this. I'm gonna start killing this and then queue up against this other guy. And then I know it's tempting to shoot just the arrow, but Nusala is just gonna move to the side for now because I don't want to draw aggro. I think I can even interrupt this right now. So Nusala is gonna be supporting Vargas on the killing of nature enemies. Okay, and now that these people have moved, I'm gonna focus on helping Anslem because he is getting hit by nature and nature kills lightning. By the way, what did we use? Punishment. Gains 1 divine bell. Bong. Deal 47 damage, lightning damage to a single enemy and up to 2 additional enemies. Chain effect. Holy shit. Okay, and everything's on cooldown. That's happening. Okay, good to go. Okay, so we are focusing on the one that is mildly hurt. Might as well focus on the one that is really hurt. Okay, so we keep on going. Fatal wound, what was that? Reduces maximum health by 20%. Ouch. So basically every damage we take will be higher. Water enemies dead. Nature enemies also dead. I guess now we can just focus on the big guy. Ah, big guy is also dead. Good job. Wow, oh my god, look at the detail. 20% of max health has been lost temporarily. Ah, no such effect in Langrisser.
That victory would be dissected by military historians for years, which proves that military historians need to get out more.
Be safe and save your game. Feel free to make use of saves to try bold strategies or attacks. When you feel experienced, try to beat the game in Iron Man hard mode. We'll be going for extreme mode soon. The tutorial is not over, and I actually cannot skip the tutorial until I finish the tutorial. So keep on going. Let me see.
It didn't take much to deal with those bandits. They ran off yelling the usual threats. I'll tell the boss about this. My brother's bigger than you. Meanwhile, our heroes were a bit stuck. With bandits, as with so much else in life, there's always the chance that there actually is a big brother or two. Deciding to head for a nearby town, Brother Anslem remembered, they wondered, how bad could it be? Well, actually, pretty bad. Really bad. Just bad. But there was one shining light in all this darkness. One ray of hope.
That affects.
That the forces of evil ranged against the champions and the people of Anteria had not reckoned with. Me. As you can see, I was in a bit of a pickle. Do please resist the hanging around jokes. Having seen a bunch of beaten bandits come running past, soon followed by this lot, even I could put 2 and 2 together and see an opportunity. I called them over. They were justifiably suspicious. I mean, there I was, at pillory, with no one seeming to help. What would you think? I pointed out the people would have helped me, only they were a miserable, malnourished lot, tired of being beaten half to death by the bandits that had hung me up there. I knew Randall, leader of the local scallywags, was away for a time. I told the champions that and outright asked a favor. Could they help us get the town knocked into shape so we could defend ourselves and maybe help with the bandits? Mind you, wasn't much they could do for me. They cut me down, but those stocks, they were old magic. I was stuck until they could find the key. Funny how that didn't tip them off. Oh well. In return for a place to stay for a while, and a chance to show off what they could do in front of an audience, the champions agreed to help out.
Here we go. A new home, in which the champions of Anteria return home and
Hero
help...
pose.
Hero pose. I wonder what happens if you use more E's. Hero pose.
Hero pose.
Oh wow.
Hero posse. Hero po-o-o-s-e.
That was great. Alright, bring it on.
This is Anteria. Here lies our once beautiful village, and it will shine again because of you. So, yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Now then, let's look at how you can help.
Go to the village view by clicking on the dedicated icon. Enter your village. Ooh, cool.
What do we have at our disposal for our little hobby project?
Check your resources in the top right corner.
Oh, that's not a lot, is it? Soon we will run out of building material. A distinct disadvantage when trying to build things.
That makes sense.
Luckily, I know how to get some. Let's build a house for a quarry worker.
Okay. So we have a sector here. Okay, got it. There are all the sectors, they're all red, we cannot do anything. Open the building menu to find all the buildings you are able to build. Building menu. Okay, so quarry workers hut produces building materials -1 for each other quarry worker hut in the same sector. So buildings actually have like interactions between each other. If you don't pay attention, you may go bad for yourself, do something bad for yourself. But if you do pay attention as well, you may get something extra good. In this case, all we need to make sure is currently there's only one sector available that you must like to expand your village, and you will observe each sector gives benefits to some of your buildings. Your current sector is one of the mountain type. Okay, it gives benefit to metal.
Don't build the tavern next to the school.
Don't build the tavern next to the school. Exactly. Like your quarry. Place the quarry worker's hut in one of the highlighted spots. Okay, so we can see, I think even if I mouse over, that was cool. In the top left you can see there is 3 more basic slots and 1 advanced slot, but there's nothing we can do advanced yet. So let's build this. Boom. That is a quick build.
Perfect. Now, it will be some time before we get the new resources. Let's call it a day, shall we?
Okay, call it a day. Resources are collected at the start of your day. You can advance to the next day only on the world map. Okay, get out. World map. Each day your enemies and you act one after the other. First you do all your actions, then everyone else. Click on next day to advance. Click to proceed to next day. Ooh, we're gonna get attacked in one day.
Oh, great. Look, the surviving bandits have launched a counterattack. They will be here soon. To prepare for the fight, let's go to our village.
Okay. Prepare for the fight.
In the upcoming fight, healing potions could come in very handy.
Okay.
They have the power to restore some of your health if you get wounded. Unfortunately,
Classic.
the apothecary's workshop was destroyed because he wouldn't work for Randall, so we have to build a new one.
Got it.
Luckily, we have some building material again.
15, 16. Ah, right, because of the bonus. Craft 5 healing potions, build an apothecary. Open the building menu. General buildings. General building. Apothecary. Apothecary ready. Look at that scaffolding.
Wonderful. Now the apothecary can craft us some nice little potions. Hurry up then.
The
Welcome, welcome,
craft
welcome.
an item. Blah blah blah. Hover what it says. Now place your order. Okay, so it requires 2 water materials and it makes 1 health potion. So let's just craft 1.
You're a wise and noble client.
Did we win? Craft 5 healing potions. So we craft 4.
Excellent choice.
Good job. Now it's time to deal with those bandits.
World map. To defend the territory, simply click, select the territory you want to defend. Choose 3 champions to send into battle. Select 3 champions.
Off into battle!
Nice. Ooh, more abilities. So, shield charge, we know. Cleave, consumes all vigor. Consume all vigor, deals 31 metal damage to all enemies in a 120 degree cone. Okay, so it's a cone. The more vigor is used up, the more damage is dealt. Okay. Explosive arrowheads. Activates all arrowheads, dealing 38 fire damage to every target. Ooh, that's cool. Each additional arrow increases the damage dealt. Nice. Lightning strike. Costs 1 divine belt. Okay, so we can just combo these 2 together.
Hero pose.
Hero pose.
These abilities take me back.
Yeah. Changes the elemental affinity
Now,
of...
now. Give Keith a place to drink. Cherie stresses him out.
That is indeed very true. Ah, Cherry. I love that the text to chat goes for Sherry. I guess it imagines French. I think it's Cherry, right? Or Sherry. I don't know. Changes the
Nanny,
elemental
nanny.
affinity... Nani nani! We may get a nani nani later. We'll see. Changes the elemental affinity of the enemy unit to lightning, so it makes a target for Nusala. That's interesting. And deals 35 lightning damage to it. Okay, so first we change to lightning, and then we deal lightning damage. This could be good if someone... so it like paints a target of a different color. That's interesting. Also, what do we have here? Ballista, stack size 5. 5 seconds, 8 arrows. Successfully shoots piercing projectiles. Each deals 75 metal... Oh my god, 75 metal damage. To up to 3 enemy units, loaded with 8 shots. Got it. And healing potion heals. Immediately heals. Cooldown 1 second. That's a cooldown. Ah, look at this tiny wheel. So in here you can tell what type of enemies to expect from the mission, right? So you don't have an exact makeout, but basically if we could bring someone that masters fire, Nusala, that could be amazing. Owned by your kingdom, income per round, 4 crowns and 15. Okay, so basically we have to keep this place, otherwise we lose it. And I guess that makes sense. Start adventure.
Girded, courage screwed to the sticking place, victory poses agreed. The champions rode off.
Battle. To battle.
Vargas, Narmsala, and Anaslan reporting for duty.
I don't know. Who is lightning in the game? I guess Thunderstorm and the Light are lightning-y. So Hane? You know what? Maybe Hane got tired of waiting for so long. Hane is also pretending to be a priest, but actually gets no healing spells. Hane.
1 barricade finished. Only 3 more to go.
We
Ooh.
are making too much noise. I'm afraid we'll attract the beasts of the forest.
It's unfortunate, but we have to fortify the town before Randall comes back.
Okay.
Yes.
Fortify the waterfall bridge. Fortify the fisherman's village. Oh, look at these indicators. Such quality.
Yes. Ah.
There is even NPCs. So cute. Look at this pumpkin. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, champions.
Stand back, Nusala. Your arrows will barely scratch this one.
This is metal.
Indeed, let us handle him for you.
So manly and valiant. What would I do without you?
Well, we do our best.
I think that might have been sarcasm.
Really? No.
How about you stand back?
Well, that didn't.
Not finished yet.
Ooh, nice. So that was a demo of the explosive arrows ability. Arrowheads. Nusala has some abilities that let her pin arrowheads on enemies. These arrowheads allow her to use special abilities on the units which have been pinned. Note that the elemental alignment of some special abilities may be different from the champion's element. That's what we were talking about. Nusala's arrowheads are fire damage. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna let her get hit anymore. Then we'll go here, charge, and go for it. 1 arrow, 2, 3. Will we get to do this on time? Ah, that fire snap is so cool. Next time I will show it on the enemy. Interact with this structure to rebuild it. Got it.
Yes.
Brother Amson also has a little trick up his sleeve. By using his lightning strike ability, he could change the element of these metal enemies to lightning, but that ability costs 1 divine bell. Use punishment to gain 1 divine bell and then use lightning strike on the bandits. You will have many other abilities that gain or use divine bells later on. Okay, actually where are they? Ah, there are the end. So is charge ready? Nope. So let's do this. Let's grab this. We're gonna replace you by that. We're gonna replace the element of the guy in the back. And we are going to be cleaving like this. Okay, well that hit.
Does the game have a co-op mode for hero control?
I don't think the game has co-op mode. That is a little bit sad, but I never thought about it. Oh, look at this, look at this. It's gonna be amazing. Do it, Nusala. We trust you. Amazing. Nusala OP. Vargos uses Vigor for some of his abilities. He slowly gains Vigor whenever he is in combat, but some abilities help him gain it more efficiently.
Boom
Try using
shatter.
Shield Charge. Boom Shatter. Try using Shield Charge and then Cleave to deal a mighty blow to those bandits. Okay, so try using Shield Charge. I guess around here should be fine. Let's go here. Nice charge. Okay, that says that we're gonna hit both, so nice cleave. Nusala, focus on this, and then chain lightning.
We are under attack.
Bam. Ooh, sneaky shot, defense down.
Nice game.
Reduces defense by 15%. Got it. Alright, goes
Okay,
here. But it was easy. This is still the tutorial, and this is not extreme. This is gonna be very, very painful because I barely remember anything. My campaign is from like 1.5 years ago or so, and it really itches that I could not finish it. But I was well underway. Fortify, waterfall glitch.
Seems good.
Thank you, Ranchovy. Mr. Anchovy.
Vargas likes cleavage.
I don't... Actually, there is no Imelda in the game. Potions. Your health seems to be a bit low. Okay. Tutorial panels. You can drink a potion to recover. Consumables can give you a number of benefits. Restore health, buff your stats, or aid you in exploration. Ooh, wait. So let's just give a potion. Let's get Nusala to give herself a potion.
What is it? My knees tingle. Is that normal?
Yes, Nusala.
Yes.
Just drink this potion. Okay. No, unexplored map, I see. That fog of war. Isa, I don't think there's an Imelda type of hero in the game. You know what? Maybe. We'll see. There's a character that I will be using a lot.
It's an ambush.
That ambush.
We can
Are you
use this,
saying
I
you think
believe, to
Imelda
hold
is
our
Amelia's
foe in his
mother?
tracks.
Well, I mean, that kind of sounds like it, but I think it's already told, right, that Vargas' wife is just an unnamed character. So sadness. Okay, so you can place devices. That's what we were talking about, the ballista. You can place devices that will act as allied stationary combat units. These are also attuned to a certain element, so this is metal against metal, whatever. How about we start building up? Oh, okay. So I love that you can actually do this, right? So I want to shoot my arrow. I want to then take one pot shot at this guy, and then I want to explode the arrows. That's gonna be probably enough. In the meantime, I'm gonna chain lightning this person. See that cleave? That cleave was amazing. Actually, I think it was the ballista. 5 shots remaining on the ballista. Okay, got it. Did we chain lightning? Yes. So how about you charge here, you turn this guy, and you just shoot them all.
Kapow.
Pow! Life leech. Okay, didn't work out. Watch out! Enemies ahead. Ooh, that ballista shot to the line of sight missing. Okay, so what are we gonna do this time? Just cleave and more chain lightning, and just shooting. Oh my god, that was brutal. Let's put some arrowheads on this, and 3, 2, 1, come on! Explosion! Did the explosion fail? I think I may have spammed W too much. Oh, you can queue up even through cooldown. Of course, I should have just done that. Okay, that's 2 out of 3. Let's go through the place that has not
Onwards. Okay.
Oh, tiny wolves.
Ready to fight the
Get wrecked.
good fight.
Oh no, don't run. Bong.
It's the beasts of the forest.
The beast of the forest. The character remembers there was a mention about that. Let's kill this one just because we can. I mean, the cool thing is that against Vargas, that's another thing I love about this game. You know, in games where your defense is so high that you should not be getting damage, but you still take damage because the game goes like, yeah, whatever, you're gonna take 1 damage. Power 22, defense 14, but it's doing half damage because it's a correct alignment, so I take 0. And in this game, there is no regeneration. So every point of damage...
CAV versus Vargas, not good idea.
Cavalry versus Vargas, yes, exactly. Every point of damage in this game is permanent because there's no out of combat regeneration and there are no healing spells. So no hero is like, yeah, that's the healer, we're gonna take him every time. So that means we should really pay attention to everything that happens.
They
Okay.
are attacking.
Look at that trap. So destroy this object to move past it. Destroy to move past this object. Okay, sounds good. And click to temporarily interact with it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna charge, and I'm gonna show you something cool. Environmental blockers. Enemies will attack you from 2 directions. You should block their way somehow. For example, these unstable trees can be used to stop enemies for a certain time. Yeah, that's what's happening over here. For 2 milliseconds. Objects in the game world that you can interact with will always be marked with a yellow glow. Okay. Oh, let me pass. Okay, so look at this. you see the preview of the tree, it's directly in the path of this guy, right? Boop. Destruction. Okay, but there's still more enemies and they're behind me. So how about we chain lightning and then Nusala, then Vargas.
Langrisser looks very different today.
Hey
Surprise
Sudor,
face.
how are you doing? So we are doing that, then Nusala should destroy this person with this, and then we should shoot at this guy once, who's also gonna get hit.
Sleepy.
Well, I hope I can entertain you for a little bit, and then... Oh my god, the damage of Nusala is so ridiculous. I mean, it is metal opponents versus her ultimate, so that's pretty good. Building up.
LOL.
Right.
Enemies from the north. Gotta wait until they finish. So let's bring them closer and then charge. I think I'm gonna focus on this guy because the other guy should basically be dead to the arrowheads. One more and then arrowheads. Boom. Death. 77 and 66, that's crazy numbers. Crazy, I tell you. Okay, okay. Fortify the lumber.
Right.
Alright. I mean, they look pretty cool.
Randall managed to sneak in and block us from the castle. We must teach him a lesson.
Block us from the castle.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So we are going this way, okay? Actually, before, grab everyone, move forward. More wolves.
That Randall is a scandal.
You get a prize, Isa. That was just amazing. I guess the power of the puns strong in you. I know I shouldn't snap every time I ask Nusala to do it. It's so tempting. Wait a minute, why are they green? They're not friendly units. That's a lie, game.
You'll never take back the castle. Yeah, we know. Because we are
Tough.
Nah, that's not dramatic enough. I think he wanted to say terrifying.
Yes, that definitely has more flair. Already trembling, see?
Stop it! Stop making fun of me! The forest will echo with the
PASH003 is
sounds
now
of your
following.
screams!
Ash, thank you for the
you.
follow.
Told you
Welcome to
all
the
that
channel.
noise was going to attract something.
Perhaps we should tell him. He noticed. Shall we?
Alright. So in the end, Randall was not an enemy. Plan your tactic. This fire spider seems like a tough foe, and you don't have any champions whose element would be fire. Why don't you place some devices? Why don't you? Although your ballista are ineffective against fire, additional firepower will only help your situation. Also, don't forget that your champions all know special tricks you could use. What a hint! Okay, so do this, attack, F1, charge.
Demon Elf Spider's tanky.
True. That's a good charge. Then we're gonna change the element to lightning, and then Nusala is gonna be able to do this shot. Then we explode, and we're basically done. Wow, the machine pulls aggro. Amazing. Hero pose.
Oh, I think we've just met our match. Almost.
Indeed. battling this one surely is the stuff of legend.
But against all odds, I'm sure our hard-won victory will be sweet.
I agree. This is exactly how we should tell it in the tavern. Home, friends.
What a victory! Cracking stuff. Really strong there in the dying moments. Wasn't it? Sorry, wasn't really paying attention.
In war, another thing I like. In war, we are all equal. Your champions
Wow,
level
you
up.
are so good at this game, Kappa.
Well, it was a tutorial in normal mode, so. Your champions level up at the same time as your castle. No need to divide your experience. Don't you hate in a game when, like, the 7th hero you get, you never use? Then he's level 1, and then another party shows up and goes like, oh, it would be really good if you had that guy in your party right now.
Well, Randall and his lot had been defeated.
Although game is
Everyone was
over.
feeling
I
pretty
win.
good for the first time in ages. I think they had a right to a party. I found the champions and took time to, to explain to them the trouble I just landed them in. Yes, I know I probably should have explained at the start that Randall and his bunch weren't really bandits, more like guards, watching to make sure no one tried to help me. Perhaps I should have told them before that I had been trapped in the stocks by a powerful mage called Kaelan Dark. A mage of distinctly vicious, terrible vengeance on those who cross me. Sort of who I'm pretty certain was planning something really bad, but I didn't know what. And who would be very unhappy that the champions had helped me. All in all, I think they took it quite well. I apologized, of course, but explained that I didn't have much choice. Anteria was in trouble. What with Frostbeards and Broken Crown and who knew what else, all circling and looking for their piece of the old kingdom to exploit, the champions were the best hope for the people. And I'd do my bit too, if they could set me free. Anyway, they wouldn't be fighting the real battles. General Fidelis, a mercenary commander, had been imprisoned by Randall. He started gathering his scattered men to the beginnings of an army. The champions would handle the smaller stuff, much less dangerous. Mostly. Mm-hmm. So, it was time to start rebuilding Anteria. Once we were done with the posing.
That classic.
I am glad
not over yet.
you decided to help us free Anteria. Couldn't do it without you. No, really. Today was a success, and I'm sure it'll be followed by many more. Still, the village has to be rebuilt, and there'll be many more battles to be fought, I'm sure. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Imagine their little faces. Bless.
I think there's a little...
Did you decide which territory we will free first? All right, steady on now. Before we go, we need to replenish and prepare our village for the future.
Yep. For each territory you own, you get renown or gold, which can be used to get buildings or crafting recipes. Now go to the village.
You are running low on water material, which is used to create potions. I know, who knew?
I knew.
I'm going out on a limb here, but a water carrier could just be the solution. The village lost good people when Randall was rampaging around. You can use your growing reputation, your renown, to draw them back, half-starved and covered in mud. Anyway, they'll help us out, and maybe have information to pass on.
Okay. Lock the water carrier's hut, build the water carrier. Unlock your stuff using
Little
your
did
renown.
he know the champions were going to salt the earth on a path of destruction.
I will absolutely try. Okay, so how does this panel work? Remember, you get renown from the territories you own. Yes, renown can be used to unlock potions, devices, and gear. important. By spending renown, your faction level will be increased, which upgrades your champions. So basically, renown allows me to unlock stuff, which accumulates into experience so that everyone levels together. That's kind of how it works. By spending blah blah blah. Now unlock the water carrier hat by clicking on it. Click. There we go. And we have obtained a small upgrade. Did you observe as you unlock the water carrier, the bar at the right rose? This bar shows the total renown you spend. As you spend your renown, you will automatically increase your faction level and get the means to expand your village and your economy too. Now construct a water carrier's hut. And now to construct blah blah, go back to the village view and enter the building menu. Okay, so opening build menu and water carrier hut requires one guy to exist. Place. And bam! Water carrier person.
See how fast we run out of building material? We are demanding more than a single quarry worker can handle, poor sod. Let's build some more. If nothing else, it'll give them someone else to talk to down at the inn. Our current sector already looks a bit crowded. Time for another one, I think. To get a new sector, we have to find a brave person willing to do their duty in a watchtower. Our villagers won't go to a new sector without a bit of protection, which is fair enough.
Fair enough.
Use your renown to find a suitable mug. I mean, brave and noble citizen.
If you want more building space, you need a watchtower. To build a watchtower, you need a brave person, which you can unlock from the skill tree. Click on the skill tree. Yay, there we go. It's a good time to check the rest of the unlocks in the bar, so you are aware when the next faction level or new production buildings are unlocked. When you are done, go to your village. So now we have the brave person, it is unlocked. We can go back. Open the building menu to construct a watchtower. Highlight the tab, watchtower, click here. You can unlock sectors adjacent to sectors that you have already unlocked. Select a location for the watchtower. Anyway, for shows, we're gonna do it here. When we play the campaign.
Grew as the enemy were pushed back, receding, like Vargas's hairline. Poor chap. We don't talk about it when he's around.
Vargas confirmed not brave.
Yeah, also receding headline. So it is a matter of time. In the building menu, the quarry worker's hut is tinted red, which means you cannot afford it. You don't have enough villagers. Build a residence in the free slot. Build a residence in the free slot. There are new workers, and you can now build a quarry worker's hut again. The amount of resources a building produces can be influenced by other buildings in the same sector and by the sector itself. Build the menu, select the quarry worker's hut, and place it on a free slot. So, anyway, so this place is river plus 50% production for water material and lightning material. So you see, this is what I mean with the tutorial. It forces you to place the water carrier here. However, just by having placed it here...
This is the origin story of Ray Igard, except without Burn.
Yeah, I mean, I could be Burn, right? I'm just directing them. If I had placed this building over here, it would be just 50% more effective because, right? So already the tutorial shows you what you can learn from the game, but also kind of punishes you if you're playing on an extreme difficulty. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here because quarry materials are extremely good.
That's it for now.
That's it for now.
We should invest in other resources soon, and the skill tree offers us a lot of opportunities for next time.
Okay.
But now, I'm afraid it's time to fight.
Time to fight. Go to the world map and attack your first territory. But that we won't do. To win the game, you have to free whole Anteria. You do this by conquering territories. Hover over territory to see what you will get. You can only attack territories that are adjacent to the ones you already own. Surprise. Notice that you can send your champions to only one attack or one defend mission each day. Click on a territory to initialize the attack. Let's pretend that we are gonna attack here. You need to choose 3 champions to take to battle. Clicking on a champion will bring the champion to the front. Yes, we already know this.
For honor and for Anteria.
Right, and now I could click go. However, I will not. Oh, damn it. No, do I have to? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save game. New save game. And then I'm gonna go back to the main menu. No mercy! Choose your strategy as you see fit. Either focus on a single opponent or match the elements correctly. None shall survive. The enemies. So let's check.
Salt the earth with mirth.
Excellent. Okay, so that was the end of the tutorial. We would have gone into a regular mission and then we would have started the whole cycle of how to play the game. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a 5-minute break or maybe less, and then we're gonna start an extreme Iron Man mode campaign. And what that means is that it's of course the highest level of difficulty, and actually manual saving will be disabled in Iron Man mode, which means no matter if you lose a mission, if you lose a day.
Tie for stream.
Thank you very much, Isakarka, for your presence, and I appreciate it a lot. So see you. So I'm gonna be playing in Iron Man. That means no saving. That means no saves coming either, which means every single action we take is gonna be important and probably our last if we take it the wrong turn. So until then, please give me 5 minutes for a break, and I will see you soon. I hope you have enjoyed.